riding out the season of change, transformation, blossoming, quantum shifts, whatever you want to call it. What I share right now is from being inside of my own experience of, I would say, the eye of the storm. Not a storm of anything negative in the normal reference, but the storm of change and transformation, where I'm resting in that place where I can feel how much is changing. There's many reflections and things actually moving, disintegrating, evolving, and being in the fog of not knowing. There's certain things to grasp, but there's a dominant not knowing. And this isn't a new experience. I can say that this time round, it's up leveled itself, the feeling of it and the nature of things going on, but it's not a new experience from leaving university or giving up life structures that I'd put together or giving everything away and leaving India. You know, my life multiple times over, I've wiped the slate clean. And I see that for not all of us, this is something easy to do because it brings up a lot of fear. But to be in a state of complete allowing life to manifest and shapeshift in the highest way for the most benefit of all, it requires us to be willing to let everything go. And this really, in these moments, is my main invitation or piece of guidance or reflection from my own experience, is that if you want to allow life to shift in the most beautiful, radical possible way within yourself, you have to be willing to let absolutely everything go. It's like throwing all the cards in the air, and then you rest in that place of, I don't know what is next, but I'm completely open for all of it. And just sit and remain sitting in that. And you'll feel the parts you that want to control or hold on to your security or aspects of your life. And it's really a time of deep purification as well. And so that willingness to let it all go at some point becomes very, very natural. And we see that it is just a natural state. We see how unnatural it is to be in a state of holding on to any idea and identification and form of how life is going to look, whether that be a relationship or a living circumstance or a projection into the future. Only once you start to experience what it feels like to be in a space where everything's possible and I have no idea what tomorrow or the next day is going to look like in its specifics, do you realize how natural that actually feels. Only in the contrast do we realize. So in the beginning, the willingness to give it all up can feel, or it seems like, the biggest thing you've ever done. But at some point, it also becomes a recurring experience you're willing to step into, because the only way to allow life to shift completely is hands off, is by letting go. So anything you hold on to as an attachment, clinging to its structure, how it's meant to look. And this largely comes up with, our life situation, our financial situation, our relational situation. We have to continually let it go, because when you let everything go in your consciousness, only that which is most pure, most true to your journey will remain there. If you can let it go and it doesn't come back, it's not meant to be there. And so that right there is such a beautiful place to rest in, that letting go, because it purifies and crystallizes all the things that are meant to remain there and gives space to such newness. And I can only speak from my direct experience that every time I've gone through what I would consider a major letting go, when I've built something up and I've let go, only something more beautiful, more rich, more abundant has manifested in its place every single time. So this is a state I invite you and myself and all of us to fall in love with, because in this transformational time, not just within our own life, which will continue to happen, but on earth, we have to be one with letting go, with things shifting, with not knowing. We have to become one with that, and we have to be so okay with the tenderness and the seeming vulnerability, because at some point it only becomes excitement, and you feel how fine the line is between that tenderness, vulnerability, and fear, and excitement, enthusiasm for the possibilities. And so, like I said, I share this being in the experience itself. What more beautiful time than to share it? I'm here in Belgium, my first time in Belgium, enjoying some time with more stillness, silence, space to be within, life moving at a seemingly slower pace. Perhaps this weekend I'll be somewhere different. Maybe I'll be in Prague. Maybe I'll be back in Amsterdam. It's not clear to me right now. But what is clear is, the truth of my own being, the essence that I am, the infinite being that I am, the stillness that's within, the love for myself, for creation, the excitement for the possibilities of this life, the joy for where we're going as a humanity. All of these things remain and rest there. Love, gratitude, reminder that we're in this together, reminder that we're all in the same boat, that your journey is absolutely perfect, that all of our journeys are absolutely perfect, and that it's completely safe to say yes to anything you're invited forth into, whether that's to let go, to go within, to start something new, to change locations, whatever. It's completely safe to follow the calling of your heart. In fact, it's the safest thing. So in that, there's much, much love here. Thank you so much.
Breathing deep, I feel God within and around me. The true light of my being is there for me to see. All is becoming clear. The veil is oh so thin. Everything is changing, but I'm ready, bring it in. 'Cause I know that I am worthy, worthy of it all. The wonders and the magic, all I'm dreaming of. And this is the new way, a new way of living. A world waking up, we are rising in love.